done. So that said, let's get into it. So the situation is saying appreciate this moment fully, and you have the Nine of Pentacles here, and that is like the epitome of what this Nine of Pentacles is doing here. Like this person in this card here, she's just appreciating her surroundings, the surroundings that she put herself in, right? The surroundings that that she had lavished herself with, right? She put in a lot of hard work. She diligently focused on everything that she needed to focus on, and boom, there she is, a utopia, a very beautiful garden that she has tons of abundance. Like she put in a lot of work with this, and this is you guys. This indicates you guys, and appreciating this moment fully is probably talking about just recognizing how amazing you are, and as well as recognizing the things that you have around you that you can truly appreciate, right? And things are not necessarily don't really have value themselves. We give those things value. We give relationships value. We give jobs value. We give money value. We give everything value. So if without us, money, houses, chairs, everything would be meaningless. So I feel like the biggest thing that this reading is saying here is that you have a wonderful situation going on, or you have a situation where things are actually okay, and you got yourself there. And it's like this is like reminding you to give yourself that pat in the back if you haven't been doing that. And it looks like here there's just a lot of go 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 instead of like stop to appreciate something, right? But then also to remember here with appreciate this moment fully, right, or appreciate this moment, it also talks about there's changes in your life that are for the better. And even though this is not one of those times, if this is if this is resonating for you guys at all, right, for those of you out there, if you're going through a change, it's a little difficult to even recognize as a good thing at this moment, or recognize as a sense of growth of some sort. Understand that you will probably eventually see it that way, because right now you're just going through the process of abrupt change. Y'all are going through some serious changes here because you have the Tower and the Judgment card coming up here. This side, Capricorn, I typically see as you guys anyway. But feel free to pick the side that resonates with you guys the most. Now, how I start with these readings is in the headspace, in the mindset of both parties. And the mindset of both parties is this one's very aggressive, fighting for what they want, fighting for what they believe in. They truly are fighting for the relationship. I think this is something, this person sees this relationship as worth fighting for. And if this is you, Capricorn, this is you seeing this relationship as something that's worth fighting for to you, something that, you're really willing to fight for, right? Willing to put your all into. Now, the other person here has the Three of Swords. So this person may be going through some situations where they're getting triggered. They're recognizing a lot of things that that still hurt them, and they haven't truly gotten over it yet. So the Nine of Pentacles isn't just about appreciating the lavish garden that you put yourself in. It's also a gilded cage and comfort zones. And I feel like while someone is trying to break free from the comfort zones, the other one is having a harder time kind of like breaking free. I don't think it's necessarily this person's not. I think this person's going through their own personal battles to overcome that sort of gilded cage that they put themselves in. Each party here is showing great independence, but working together is one of the things that I find I think it's the hardest part. Working together and finding a compromise in regards to going in a certain direction together. Because what the thing is changing here is that there's these two individually independent people are trying to work together to get to a certain outcome, right? To at least start on a journey. But I think the thing is that everyone's trying to do their own thing, still be the independent thing, still have their own space, but someone's space has got to be compromised. Right? So it's one of those changes that are hard to accept or to embrace fully, even though it's still something that you may ultimately want down the line. But I think it's like when you're going through that change, it's like, ugh, this sucks. And I think the thing is remember why you're changing. Remember that this is an opportunity to grow. Remember this is your love arena, right? This is you really just creating love in a situation that can progress into improve into blossom into something amazing. Because both of these people here are both going through something. Like this person here is fighting for the relationship, going full in. They're not thinking about anything other than what they're fighting for and what their goal is. They're very focused and they're tunnel vision at the moment. Now the other person is a little bit tunnel vision too, but they're looking at how much pain that they're feeling. They could be focusing on what things that they haven't gotten over, some pains that they haven't relinquished yet. They haven't truly forgiven and healed properly. This is somebody that has a lot of old issues that still have to be treated. And the reason probably being that they think this way, well, it doesn't have to be the reason, but this has a lot to do with the Three of Pentacles here, how they're acting and how they're showing, well, what they're showing themselves as right now is the Three of Pentacles, which is somebody that is cooperative, or someone that's trying to cooperate, that's trying to come up with a plan of action with some people, in general. And I think that's the thing, right? There's some old issues here. This person sees that there's some old issues, some past pain, some difficulties. Maybe they're even hurt by the relationship, but I don't think that's the case because there's nothing in here that really shows that. But I feel like this person is going through some old issues here, but they're trying to be cooperative. They're trying to work together. They're trying to work as a team. And I think that this person is doing their best with what they know, with doing their best with cooperating and working together. But at the same time, they're still having to tackle some old things. Now, I think the thing is, I think the reason why they're reacting this way, or they're acting this way in regards to, trying to cooperate, but also thinking, about, all the stuff that they have to overcome, or getting triggered with this relationship at all, or reminding them of pains or some situations or behaviors or ways of thinking that may not be beneficial to them, or maybe have been caused by some sort of trauma or past experience, is because of the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles can be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a sign. It could just indicate that this person is used to going slow, or used to kind of taking things gradually and really looking at the details and being detail oriented. I feel like this person is used to procrastinating as well, and doing things on, more towards the quality aspect of things rather than just trying to hurry up, because this is a very opposing energy here. Knight of Swords, running fast, charging ahead, while this person's slow, calm, cool, and collected, and pretty much being very practical. And I think the biggest thing for this person here is that they've always handled things with practicality, never with their emotions, never how they felt. Which is why I think there's a lot of stuff that's going on here as far as these old issues, these old pains, these old truths that don't, that they're still like hurting them and lodged in their heart. They're still having to go get over those things, and their emotions are affecting all this. So as much as they want to prove and move forward, they haven't allowed themselves to truly feel. I think they're trying to be practical about this whole thing. They're really good at being practical, but they're just not allowing themselves to be emotional. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he's not about those emotions. He's not about that. He's like, what do we need to do? How do I need to do it? Let's focus on what work needs to be done. And I feel like here, this Knight of Pentacles is like work that's independent, work that's reliant on one person. I kind of get the sense that the Knight of Pentacles person here, if this is a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, whatever, like this, it doesn't have to be, but I feel like this person really is very, focused on practical, focused on money, focused on finance, focused on independence. They are trying to, I feel like they're really trying to work together, but they don't really want to move so fast. I think they're trying to pump the brakes on this a little bit, because there's some things that they're not quite over yet regarding the people that they are still around, regarding the folks that they're still involved with, regarding the people that they have connections to. So it's interesting to see that Knight of Pentacles be the reason as to why they have the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. I'm probably going to pull an extra card for that one later on. But let's take a moment off of that for a moment and get to the other person. We already understand that this person is going in tunnel visioned, totally like full steam ahead, fighting for the relationship because they truly believe in this. But how they're showing, what they're showing themselves, showing to their partner, or how they're displaying themselves out in public and how the whole world will see them, is judgment. They are putting in a lot of work into this change, into this lifestyle that they're trying to pretty much get going. I feel like that's the thing. Judgment. This person is changing their life. This person is transforming. They're not going to be the same person after whatever change is happening here. What brought these two together was the Tower, and we all know the Tower is one of those crazy cards that indicates radical changes, radical adjustments, and this person here is having to do another adjustment thing. This person is having to adjust their whole situation, and it's because there's a situation that they thought wasn't possible, they thought was gone for good, right? This is the review, right? This person's also taking the time out to be not pragmatic, but to be precise, being very detail oriented. But this person is taking this opportunity to do something differently than they had the opportunity to do before. So maybe this person has been in a relationship before, and maybe has worked together with a person before, and they just, this time, whatever happens, this time they're going to do something differently than they had done the last time they had this opportunity, or whenever they had this situation. They've changed from the last time they've had some sort of interaction similar to this, which is why they're probably so, forward about it. They're so, action oriented about it. They're very, aggressive about getting this thing or making this situation happen, because they know what they didn't do differently, and therefore they're going to make the differences necessary to make sure that they don't have the same outcome again. So that being said, you can see that this person has here as the reason as to why they show themselves, themselves as the Judgment card and think the way they do as a Knight of Swords, and they have this as the King of Cups. They're in love. You guys are in love. You guys are truly aware of what you feel. You truly are, on point to when it comes to understanding your emotions. If this is you, Capricorn, you are just in love right now. Like, you just truly feel like this connection is something worth fighting for. This is your heart's desire. And I think before, you may have truly went on the practical front of things. You may have been thinking about the finances, thinking about your career, thinking about how, how things will be laid out. But right now, you're so focused on how you feel, you don't care about practical stuff. The other person's thinking about how practical things will be. And it's because that's where their comfortable is. That's what their comfort zone is, rather. And you're just breaking all kinds of barriers. You're like, I'm not doing what I did before because I'm in love, and my love is way more valuable than things around me. I have seen no kind of practical, no pentacles on your side at all. And I feel like that is a tremendously big step for you, Capricorn. Not because you guys are known for being the money makers, or the, the hard workers, or the people that run businesses and are very focused on practical stuff, but you honestly, because there was a change last year that I think a lot of you Capricorns have gone through, where you guys have started to truly value how you feel instead of pushing it to the side because you were putting so much burden and responsibility on yourselves, because you want to take care of your family, because you want to take care of the people that you love. You put money and finances and things first because you love the people that you love and you want to take care of them. And now you're putting your heart's desires first. And this person is your heart's desire, which is why I see you guys really fighting for this. It's huge. So it makes sense that the Tower is what brought you two together. This abrupt change, and somebody, but the challenge here is the Two of Wands. So now it's all about where you guys gonna go from here. How you guys gonna work together and move forward? What directions are you guys gonna take? And that's not a bad challenge, because any direction is a good direction. There's no right or wrong direction. There's no right or wrong choice. You have to truly pick based off of where you want to be, how you want to get there. It's up to you. You could take your time, you could take it slow, you could speed the mess up, but it's all up to you guys whether or not this is something that you guys really want to move forward with. And if you do want to move forward with it, pick the area that you want to pick and just go with it. It's honestly about literally, you've gone through enough changes to really start going down an avenue. You may as well just go down that avenue instead of trying to wait and see. This is your time to act, and I think that you're more aware of that time of action, more so than ever right now, Capricorn. If this is you right here, you know what I mean? Because the other side could be you too. I think it's like someone's, is trying to break out of the comfort zone while staying within the comfort zone. And what does that mean? I think somebody is doing the thing that, behaving in the way that they're comfortable to get out of their comfort zone. And honestly, they have to do something different, which is why the Three of Swords is coming up. They're being pushed to do something differently, which is obviously causing them conflict to get out of their comfort zone. And I think that's the hard part. They have to relinquish this desire to do the old things, do everything the old-fashioned way, or do everything the way that they usually do it. It's time to break free from the pattern and find a new step, right? All right, message in a bottle is what comes out for you guys. And this is talking about looking out for synchronicity, signs, and patterns. It's funny. My brother is a Capricorn, actually, and he sees 11. He sees 11:11 every night. Every night, before he goes to bed, he sees 11:11. And I think it's super funny too, because as this card comes out, like, this is what I feel like maybe you guys are all experiencing this. You guys are recognizing, signs, and recognizing things that are confirming certain situations or certain actions that you're taking in your life. And I think that's honestly very powerful. Don't miss these signs. Don't just disregard or shrug these signs. These signs here are for you. They're not for anyone else. They're for you, and they're from your higher self, God, whoever you believe in. There are people. There's something out here we're telling you exactly that you're headed in the right direction. Not because there is a wrong direction, but because you're following your heart, and that is good. That is awesome. Because it's not easy to follow your heart. It's not easy to just go with how you feel. It's really not. And us, people that a little bit of the down the zodiac scale make it, find it a little easier, but with your idea and your mentality regarding responsibility, taking care of people, your noble mindset, it's big to see that the whole world, even the signs around you, are confirming, hey, go for what you want, go for how you feel, go for this. It's yours.